today. From M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Well, the Ravens offense set to take over and led by a man still just in his fourth season in the NFL, the 2019 MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And it would be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterback shake off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
He'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. Jackson on first down. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action now. Jackson. Well, that's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And he goes out right around the 39. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. And, Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out, finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play.
Latavius Murray. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Latavius Murray with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Ravens have taken the early lead. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. We get our first look now at Aaron Rodgers in his 17th season now with the Green Bay Packers. And, of course, coming off a great 2020 where he took home the MVP trophy.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive, because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air, receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Rodgers now on first down. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The numbers for Adams in last week's game. 6 catches, 98 yards, and a score.
3rd in the league in receiving yards, and that's a strong number. That means he's being consistent each and every time out.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big connection on that one. 37 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens' 15-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. That time a 6-play drive. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And our attention here turns to Latavius Murray. So officially now a 1,000-yard campaign for him, but I don't think he's going to take his foot off the gas pedal.
Yeah, it's one of those thoughts, though, that creeps into your mind because there is a little mini celebration over on the sidelines. Everybody, hey, job well done, over 1,000 already. But guaranteed, as you noted, someone's jumped in that huddle and said, a lot more to be done, guys. Let's not, would you say, take your foot off the pedal? Let's not do that right now. But there is that possibility as people can get self-satisfied. The greats do not. We'll find out what he's made of.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. I have to imagine many defensive coordinators had a sleepless night trying to game plan ways to slow down Lamar Jackson. What do you think is the most effective way to try to do it?
Well, you've got to be a little counterintuitive because normally you're sitting on the wide receiver 1, aren't you? But with Lamar Jackson, I'd sit on the tight end. He loves to throw into the middle of the field, loves that position as his #1 target. Take that away and hope you have a corner who can stand up man-to-man against his speed guy on the perimeter.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Jackson from the shotgun. Brown with the stick skills. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They run from the shotgun with Murray. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Well, this defense for the Packers, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 28. 78 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. They'll run here. It's Murray. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
They're going to run it with Murray. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there, relied on the big guys up front, and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. From the pistol, they run it with Murray. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
10th carry of the game now, Murray. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that...
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, his 11th touchdown of the year. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. On second down now, it's Murray, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Murray. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. Murray has the first down and more. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. 121 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. This throw nearly intercepted. Oh, the big D lineman almost had it, but third down coming up. But prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
On third down, Jackson. Caught here by Bell. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll try and run with Murray. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. Latavius Murray unable to lower those shoulders and get the first. Well, they knew who to turn to on fourth down, their horse. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Adams. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 56 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers, the veteran tight end Mercedes Lewis, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
He certainly had a good game.
Some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
This fielded right at the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Now left side on the swing pass. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
And that's all about recognition right there because he's got to go from pass rush mode to pursuit mode, what defensive line coaches like to call retracing. And he's able to retreat and make the tackle for just a short gain.
Going deep here for Watkins. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. He takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play that time through the air. 39 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
On 1st down, Murray. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On 3rd down, Murray. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
John Harbaugh going to roll the dice. They're going for it on 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
I don't care what he's listed in the program. Fullback, running back, tailback, it doesn't matter. He ran that play like a fullback. Just like the old days when we saw the fullback dive. How about him picking that one up?
Only needed a yard on 4th down. That's what he's there for, right?
Exactly. Line him up, short yardage situation, and say, here it is, big man. Go get it.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. And now Jackson will look to throw it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Bell so light on his feet that he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. They'll try to run it in with Murray. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Once more, Murray. And after the nice stiff arm, the next wave swarms in quickly for the stop. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time.
And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. (17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. A give to Jones. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he'll wind up picking up about 4, as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. That's thrown quickly out wide to Lazard. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Rodgers throw into the hands of Cobb. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 20-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game. And the Packers have moved out in front.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Crosby connects on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Ravens going to get one more drive here in this first half. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Second down at 5. Now it's Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Jackson now. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit. And at the half, 14-3 is the score. Trey Quinn, a touchdown catch in that first half. From there, we'll head to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home at Heinz Field. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Tennessee Titans. The Titans trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting New England Patriots. The Colts still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. Taylor decides not to try to return it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out, and he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Dillon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 38, Rodgers. And it's complete to Adams. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 35 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. He'll find Lazard here over the middle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Odafe Oweh. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. The give is to Jones. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a 1st down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones there to make the grab. And the Packers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. That time a 9-play drive, and it ends with a Packers touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that leads you into bigger errors. Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion, really good pickup.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Boyle here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll go option on second down, right side. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Now Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Well, you can absolutely feel the thought process there. They just gave up the touchdown. So in the huddle, they're telling each other, you don't want to give it back now on a 3 and out. Nice job of making sure that they wouldn't, and they pick up the first down.
Carries piling up. It's Murray again. 138 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson. Flush to his right. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 26.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
Play action. Now Jackson. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Inside handoff here to Ricard. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Patrick Ricard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. Tucker with the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So that drive consumes 9 plays all total. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called, because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. Rodgers now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
On second down, Dillon. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
On third down, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. To throw is Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
And that'll set him back 5.
Still second down.
Rodgers to throw on second down. It's caught here by Adams. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Second down, another shot for Jones. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 27, Rodgers over the middle, complete. That's Adams. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself, because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
And for Aaron Rodgers, the career numbers just continue to get more impressive. That last pass puts him over 55,000 passing yards in his career. He went zooming past John Elway, who is at 51,004.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown.
Aaron Jones
taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Packers add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Now Crosby for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession.
After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield. Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand the field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score, because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Jackson's throw taken in by Watkins here.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Murray is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
Only a yard on the pickup there, 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Jackson. Open man, Watkins. Touchdown, Baltimore. Sammy Watkins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, it's team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through, and I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Again, it's Jones. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll try and run for it with Jones. First down and much more here for Jones. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big gain there on 3rd and long.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out. And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Now a first down carry by Jones. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now Rodgers. And it's a Packers touchdown. Davante Adams. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. Now, that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead now up to 14. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive.
And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson, throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. That catch good for only a couple. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Jackson will throw again. Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. They'll try again. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Latavius Murray, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. Tucker now for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it culminates with a Latavius Murray touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Davante Adams in the Packer offense heading back out, and he is just one reception away from 10 in this game. I don't know what they need to do defensively, but something has to be altered, does it not?
I know that whenever we tried to cover a person who's having a game like this, you're trying to vary what you're doing, trying to change things up, hoping to fool him occasionally. If not fool him, fool the quarterback so that maybe he doesn't read the coverage correctly. Right now, touchdown! 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers.
And the Packers use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Now we see Sammy Watkins getting ready to go again on offense. They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. A screen to Bell. Well, 1st down screen pass, good for 5. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Now Jackson. Forced out to his left. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Jackson to throw. A good pickup there. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So that one will be accepted. So the clock shows 55 seconds to play as they line up for a critical onside kick. And this is recovered by the Packers, so that might just about do it. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On 2nd down, another run for Dillon. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. And they take a knee. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. And they'll indeed take a knee. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Green Bay, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals.